Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is kind of an all-round favourites video of the year of 2015 for beauty products. So this is basically just the products in 2015 that really stood out to me and are favourites and I used all year round, and that I would really recommend that if you didn't try in 2015, you should definitely try in 2016. So I'll try and put it in order kind of the face. So I'm going to start off with primers. So I kind of based it on like products that I've repurchased the most and just ones that I feel if I didn't have it in my life I would really miss the most. So I've got two primers. So the first one is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique primer. So what I love about this one is the fact that it kind of combines my two favourite products of mine in one. So just like obviously like a regular primer and then MAC Strobe Cream. If you've heard of that, it's a really pearlescent moisturiser that looks gorgeous under foundation and stuff like that, especially if you've got quite dry skin. It gives a really nice glow, but obviously that on its own is just a moisturiser, so this gives a similar finish to that moisturiser, but it's got priming qualities to it, so obviously your makeup's going to last a lot longer and give a really flawless base. So I love this primer, and the best thing is that it's from L'Oreal, so it's super affordable as well. So if you haven't tried this, or you've got quite dry skin and you're looking for a really dewy base, I definitely recommend this, and this has been one of my favourites. The other primer is a slightly different primer, which is the Smashbox Primer Water. So as you can see, I've nearly finished it, and I can't remember if I already bought one, and this is my second one. But what I love about this is like it's like a lazy girl primer. If you can't be bothered to, I know it's not even that much of a step, but if you really can't bother to just rub something into your face and stuff like that, this is amazing at just kind of refreshing you, waking you up, and also you know it's going to be doing good because you're going to be priming your skin at the same time as it being like quite a refreshing mist. So this has kind of been a favourite for like ages. I used to love this before going to school, just because as soon as you wake up and you've got to get ready, if you took that extra 10 minutes to lie in, you've got to speedily get ready. This is a really, really good primer just to really wake you up and refresh you, and then obviously it's going to leave a bit of a tacky finish to the skin, so anything that you put on top is going to help last as well. If you didn't try this, or you're quite lazy when it comes to your skincare and stuff like that, I definitely recommend this one, and that is why it is a favourite. Moving on to foundations, this has probably definitely been the hardest category. And I narrowed it down from kind of one high-end one to one drugstore, Superdrug, Boots, blah, 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 one. And I think I just had to go off which one I have the most of and which one is my go-to. Always know that it's going to look really nice on my skin when I wear it. And that is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I think over the course of 2015, I bought this in 4 shades. I bought it in the shade 4, 6, 6.5 and 7. So 6 and 6.5 are kind of like my daytime colours if I'm fake tanned, which I normally am. 4 is obviously more of my paler shade, and 7 has a slightly different undertone. 6 and 6.5 are quite olive toned, which I prefer. 7 has slightly more warmth to the skin, but kind of mixing them together I found to get like the perfect colour, but it is like my absolute favourite foundation. I was torn between this and the Makeup Forever HD stick, or the Ultra HD stick, because I love that one as well, but I've seen loads of people talk about that in a favourite, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And I know this foundation's been around for ages, and the Ultra HD stick came out in 2015, but I think if I'm just collectively going off my favourite foundations from a more high-end perspective, this one I know I'm going to get a really flawless finish. You barely need any of it, and it goes such a long way on the skin, so I found they've really lasted me. I've not had to repurchase a shade as of yet, but I know that I will. This will always be a favourite of mine, and this and a damp beauty blender just give the best base ever I've found, and I love it so much. It's such a shame that it is quite an expensive foundation. And then on a slightly cheaper end of the scale, but still I found to be one of like the best foundations anyway, is L'Oreal True Match. Recently they changed the bottle to be slightly more thinner, which I really appreciate in terms of storage and stuff like that, but what I love about this foundation is it gives such a gorgeous finish to the skin. It's almost like a satin finish. It's not too dewy, but it's not super matte or anything like that. So for me, when I have slightly more, I think I have kind of like more normal skin. It's never oily, but I do get shiny sometimes depending on what I'm wearing, but it's not dry. Like I don't really feel really dehydrated. I feel like it lasts a really long time on the skin, and like the Giorgio Armani one, you barely need any of it and it goes such a long way. And I know that they do such an amazing colour range in this foundation as well, which I can really appreciate in terms of everyone being able to try it. So if you've not tried the L'Oreal True Match foundation and you're looking for a more affordable foundation that still gives you like a really expensive foundation look to the skin, I definitely recommend this one to try. Moving on to concealer, there was only one really standout one for me, and I think it came out in 2015, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So what I love about this one is the coverage. You get such an amazing coverage, but when it goes onto the skin, if you've tried it, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. But as it goes onto the skin, it feels really, really lightweight and really sheer. But when you're buffing it into your skin, you're getting that colour payoff, the coverage that you want. I wouldn't necessarily use this for like spot treatment or anything like that, but like underneath your eyes and forehead and chin and wherever you like to put it. I just find you get such a good coverage. The finish is not too dewy. I've not found it to crease, but I do normally blend it out with a damp beauty blender, so that does help to absorb any excess product anyway. But I've repurchased this a few times this year and I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm quite tempted to get it in like quite like a dark shade and try it for cream contouring and stuff like that, because the formula of it is, like I said, one of my favourites for concealer, and I normally contour with darker shades of concealer anyway. So yeah, this has definitely been my standout concealer for 2015. Moving on to face powder, again I only have one product for this just because nothing compared to it. As soon as I got it and started using it, I don't think I've not used it since, unless I'm deliberately trying to change up my products and stuff for a video. But on a day-to-day basis, I wear this all the time, and it is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffused Light. So if you've used any sort of products from Hourglass, you know they give such a gorgeous glow to the skin, a really airbrushed finish and kind of effortless look. This one underneath the eyes for me has been like a game changer. I feel like it brightens, it looks so soft in pictures and has not like glitter to it or anything like that, but it has like a really iridescent finish. It looks absolutely like stunning over concealer and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll set my under eyes with just a regular powder, like a translucent powder or something like that, and then pressing this over the top. I find that I'm getting the longevity of the powder and stuff like that from the translucent one underneath, but I'm getting the like most amazing finish and like appearance to the skin when I have this on the top. So for me, this has been like the #1 powder for 2015 and probably will be forever and ever and ever. Moving on to bronzer, there wasn't one bronzer that really specifically stood out to me, just because I get quite a few quite often. I try out loads, so like MAC Give Me Sun and stuff like that, or the ones that you see me using in my videos, they're all my favourites. There's not like one that I'd specifically be like, oh, that's the only bronzer I would ever use ever again, like that kind of thing. But I did pick a bronzing product that I'm absolutely in love with, and at the beginning of the year never put it down and never not wear it, just because it gives such an amazing look to the skin, and that's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Topaz. So as you can see, I've completely hit pan on it, and that's kind of how I knew that was my favourite bronzing product. I would always and most probably wear a matte bronzer underneath, so something like MAC Give Me Sun or like the NYC bronzer and stuff like that, but this just gives such a gorgeous bronze glow to the skin on minimal makeup days. Just using this to bronze your skin and like the tops of your forehead and stuff like that just looks so stunning. The formula of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors are incredible. Like all of them have been standout products to me, and I do have one more down there as well, and I'm sure you can probably guess which one it is. But this as well over your like décolletage area and like your chest and stuff like that is amazing on holiday. I think this is when I hit pan on it the most, just because it just looks so gorgeous over the skin. If you know about these, you know that they're quite pigmented, so if you are slightly more on the fairer side, Topaz is quite dark, so I'd be really quite sparingly with it if you did want to try it. But like I said, this is just such a gorgeous bronzing kind of product. It is a bronzer, like you can wear it on its own, and I have done, but to get kind of the most out of it, it looks stunning. Like bronzer, like your regular matte bronzer, this on top, and a highlighter. Done. Moving on to highlighters, I've got two. One I think you all, if you haven't tried, it's actually become a lot more accessible now. It was really like, when it first came out, it was like gold dust. It was really hard to get hold of, but now because of the popularity of it, you can get it on Cult Beauty and stuff like that. And that is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and Jaclyn Hill collaboration of Champagne Pop. I think Jaclyn did such an amazing job with this one in the sense that the highlighter would complement most skin tones. It's nothing too pearly and pearlescent that only kind of tailors towards the more fairer skins and stuff like that. It's got that golden undertone to it, which is going to complement all skin tones. The formula of it, obviously, as always, is so creamy and so pigmented on the skin. You barely need any of it and you're going to be beaming from the high heavens. It's also really nice as like a lid shade. It's a really nice, obviously, champagne gold colour, which, you know, is right up my street with some warm colours in the crease and stuff like that. So I kind of get the most out of this product. This has just definitely been a standout product. I love products that are collaborations with people from social media. When you're on social media doing beauty, you know what people are looking for because you're looking for the same thing. So for her to come out with like this beaming gold highlighter, that's gonna make you look like you're just radiating light. She hit the nail on the head with this one, and that is why it's one of my favorites. But something slightly more affordable, the Sleek highlighting palette in Soliste. It comes with 3 powder highlighting shades and 1 cream highlighting shade. The powder highlighting shades are some of the, like, one of the most pigmented highlighters I've seen from like Superdrug or Boots or like a drugstore brand. They are so, let me swatch. So there's a really light pearl one. That's honestly one swatch. Like, that's crazy. It kind of reminds me of Opal from Becca. It's that kind of colour. Or like Mary Luminizer by The Balm and stuff like that. The quality for a brand that is so affordable is amazing as well. So that has definitely been one of my favourites in terms of slightly more affordable highlighter and convenience and just pigmentation, and I'm absolutely in love with this palette. Moving on to eye products, going on to eyeshadows. I think 2 brands kind of stood out for me over the course of 2015, and that has been Morphe and Makeup Geek. In particular from Morphe, the 350 palette. I think this just blew up for the brand in the sense that it was, hold on. I know not everyone loves warm tones and stuff like that, but I feel most people do. It's their preferred choice of socket colours and crease colours and lid colours and stuff like that. It's something with a warmer tone. So this palette just kind of was what everyone was looking for. I think the time that it came out in the sort of, I think it was like the autumn time, was bang on in the sense that these are all such autumnal colours. And obviously if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with warm colours, so this palette was literally a dream come true. And I'm pretty sure, considering every time that it's available it sells out in like minutes, that everyone else feels the same as me. And I feel for the price, the pigmentation is phenomenal. They are some of the best eyeshadows I've ever used. I have quite a few Morphe palettes. Obviously this one is my favourite in terms of colour choice. All the pigmentation is amazing, even through the matte shades and the shimmery ones. You're still getting amazing pigmentation, because I know sometimes with more affordable brands the matte shades don't, the colour payoff isn't great, but with these you're getting so much for your money. But yeah, it has been a super standout palette for me and I'm absolutely in love with it, and if you managed to get it or anything like that, you guys will know that it is amazing. So palette wise, for eyes, this has been my favourite. I think overall quality of eyeshadows and just the range of eyeshadows and stuff like that has to be Makeup Geek. This is my kind of custom made everyday palette. I'll do a close up for you. In here I've got like some matte shades, some of their foiled shadows and stuff like that. Definitely some of their foiled shadows have been my favourite, like in the Spotlight and Whimsical. They're just so incredibly pigmented. For the price they're like $6 or something like that, but they are now available on Cult Beauty, so people from England or the UK or anyone that has access to Cult Beauty, they stock all of their products on there, and even some of their new ones that they've just come out with in 2016, or it was either like the end of 2015, like their new matte shadows, the foiled shadows, like I said, their pigments, and their sparklers they've come out with. I think for 2015, eye product wise, out of their whole range have just been standout from Makeup Geek. They're so pigmented, so affordable, and a lot more accessible now, which I love a bit more, so it makes me feel a bit less guilty for using them, because otherwise you used to just be able to get them from Marlena's website. But no, for me, Eyeshadows, Makeup Geek, hands down, some of the best, like almost the best out there. Some other standout eye products for me have been the MAC Reflex Glitters, and I know they haven't come out in 2015, they've been around forever, but in 2015 I kind of got the kind of grips on how to use them, and they just look phenomenal to finish off your eyeshadow if you love glitter but not that kind of really heavy, oh, I'm gonna need lash glue or glitter adhesive glue to pack this on glitter. These are amazing. So these are just two of the ones I have. This is Reflex Bronze, which obviously, as you can see, is like a really sparkly golden coppery colour, and this one is Reflex Gold. So you kind of apply them by just pressing your brush into the product. You can either spray the brush. I find if you spray your, like, kind of this sort of distance, your eyelids shut with MAC Fix Plus, and then press them onto the top, you just get that really gorgeous, nothing too heavy sparkle. And to me, I love sparkly eyelids, I love sparkly smoky eyes, I love glitter in general. These are like the perfect products, and I kind of fell in love with them in 2015, and that's why they're my favourites. So if you haven't already tried a MAC Reflex, they do come out in holiday collections. It's like if you saw the Christmas collection, there was like a mini MAC Reflex Bronze in one of them. If you do get the chance, I'd definitely pick up either one of the lighter ones like Reflex Gold, because this kind of goes with any sort of warm look and just has, when the light hits it, gives that kind of gold glitter on top of anything that you've already put down. There's Reflex Pearl as well, which is kind of a staple in the sense that pearl doesn't really have like a specific colour and kind of goes with everything. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying them if you haven't already. They were definitely like favourite glittery eye finishing products for me of 2015. Even though recently I've been tending towards gel liner, my standout eyeliner for 2015 obviously is my NYC liquid one. I'm pretty sure there was a stage where in like every tutorial that I did a winged liner I was using this one, and I even said to you guys, like, help me, like I need to find a new one that is just as good, just because I feel like I'm boring you guys with the same eyeliner. But NYC is such an affordable brand from like your local drugstore, Superdrug, Boots, whatever. The formula of it doesn't crust or break. The brush is really good as well. It's not too thick, it's not too flimsy. It's just the perfect eyeliner, I find, and really, really easy to use. So if you struggle with eyeliner, I'd probably definitely recommend picking up this one to begin with. This has definitely been my favourite, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know this is one of my favourites, and I basically used it throughout the whole of 2015. 2015 I think was like the year of the eyebrows. Like so many brands came out with eyebrow products, like sets or just general products. It's such a competitive market, but for me there is two that just are hands down the best eyebrow products that I've used. Obviously the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown. Anastasia Beverly Hills is obviously the queen of eyebrows. That's how her kind of cosmetics company launched and what she's most famous for. The dip brows and the brow wizzes obviously are my favourites, and they've just come out with brow definers as well, which I've been loving. I'm wearing the soft brown one today. So as a company and a whole, Anastasia Beverly Hills is like the queen of brows, but obviously the brow pomade is like quite a unique product, and I think has been definitely like a brow game changer over 2015. And my other favourite product is the Brow Archery Pencil from Soap & Glory in the shade Hot Chocolate. This is such an affordable dupe for the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills. The formula of it is so natural and so easy. It's one of those twisty up ones, but with this one you can twist it down so you don't waste it. I always bang on about how much I love this product, and I think for the price of it, it's such an incredible product, which is definitely why it's one of my favourites, not to mention that I friggin' love the brand anyway. For eyelashes, there's two brands that stood out for me the most, which are Velour Lashes and Lily Lashes. Velour Lashes, I am absolutely in love with them as a brand, and just the quality of them is phenomenal. The style of them, like all the different styles that they have as well, they accommodate for kind of every kind of eye look. If you put your like regular, is it like synthetic lashes or whatever it is, the ones that you can get from like Superdrug and stuff like that, and then you try a pair of mink lashes, I swear you'll never want to use them again. There's nothing wrong with them, I use like Ardell's and stuff like that all the time, but just the appearance of them is just so much more natural and so much more just flattering and stunning, and I just absolutely am in love with these. Throughout 2015 they made me one of their affiliates with them, and they're my favourites for so many reasons, and if you haven't tried them yet, definitely give them a go. And the other one that I said was Lily Lashes. I think it's just because this is kind of blown up on social media. All the kind of celebrity makeup artists, they always seem to be using Lily Lashes, and they're just so extra. Like, they're just so full and voluminous and so glam, and I think that just is Lily Ghalichi in like a cosmetics product, if that makes sense. I love the Miami Styles and the Doha, and the recent picture that I put on Twitter, I'm wearing the Miami lashes for the people that were asking, but yeah, they are just as good. I'm in love with them. Moving on to the final category of lips, I've got a few that I wanted to mention. I think one is just like liquid lipsticks as a whole, like the product of 2015. So many brands came out with liquid lipsticks, and for me there was kind of only one Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. I think Pure Hollywood for me has been one that is, I'm gonna keep buying that as long as they're making it. She sent me one, and then I bought my own one. Like, you can buy them from the Anastasia Beverly Hills website if you are from the UK. The shipping wasn't even that bad, so if you want to try them, I definitely recommend them. They are so creamy and so pigmented, and they last like the longest time. They're not drying at all on the lips. I know I've tried a few liquid lipsticks where you put them on and then you start to feel them kind of crust off. These don't do that at all. Like I said, they last the longest time. She has so many colours. These are only just a few. I've got like a whole tub of ones that I don't necessarily reach for the most over there. But yeah, if you've not tried an Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, that is what you need to do in 2016, because these, I think, were a lot of people's favourites over 2015. It's slightly more of a brand for lips that I became a fan of in 2015, and that is NYX Cosmetics. Obviously, you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Cairo and it still is a go-to product for me, for something that I can just whack on really quickly, and I know it's going to really look nice, and they smell delicious as well. So that's specific shade of that matte lip cream. So if you're wanting to try, if you're kind of more scared to try like a liquid lipstick but you want that kind of effect, these are really nice products, and Cairo is my fave. Their butter glosses as well smell phenomenal. I don't know if it's just because all the butter glosses are named after like specific puddings, so they're gonna smell really sweet, but Fortune Cookie and Creme Brulee have been some of my favourites. Creme Brulee, obviously you can see, is slightly more pinker, and Fortune Cookie is more of a nude. Super creamy, super buttery, as kind of a butter gloss implies. And yeah, they're like a really good everyday gloss. Also, the lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige has been a standout for 2015. It kind of goes with all my nudes, and it's really good if you want to like overline your lip as well, because it's quite cool in tone, so it actually looks more like a shadow and more natural, and I feel like that's definitely been a 2015 trend. Over 2015, I've loved most of the stuff that they have, and it's so affordable as well, and it's become a lot more accessible. Like, they sell it in Selfridges and Boots, obviously, and stuff like that. So if you've not tried anything from NYX, I definitely recommend trying their lip products. The final makeup lip product, anything of 2015 that was kind of more of the end of 2015 for me, as you guys know, was the Kylie lip kits. I'm not sure if I got sent them, because every order I put through, it like never actually went through, or it did actually go through and I got them. I'm not sure. All I know is that I never expected to ever have them ever in my life, and the fact that I have them blows my mind, and I am so happy that I do, because I'm more of a fan of the pencils than I am the liquid lipsticks. The liquid lipsticks are a bit drying for me. The pencils though, the shades, she's got them bang on. Dolce K pencil is like my favourite lip pencil now of all time, so I'm trying to use this as sparingly as I can, because I know I'm probably never ever going to be able to repurchase it ever again. because they're quite hard to get hold of. So of 26, I think in 2016, hopefully maybe it'll probably be towards the end or like the middle, because right now these are so popular. You'll be able to get your hands on them too. But the colours, and they smell incredible as well. They smell like chocolate and sweets and stuff like that. So if you can, in 2016, definitely try and get your hands on these. They are phenomenal products. I think just for the colours, the packaging, the smell, and stuff like that, these have been, even though they were more towards the end, some of my favourite lip products of 2015 as well. So that is all my beauty makeup favourites for 2015. I thought just at the end I would throw in my favourite fragrance, which for me has been Jimmy Choo Blossom. Out of everything that I have, I think this one is always a go-to one that I know that I always get compliments on when I wear, and people say like, oh, you smell really like candy and stuff like that, and it tends to be this that I'm wearing when people say that. It's really, really quite sweet. If you're more of like a floral, natural, clean scent, you'll probably find this is way too intense, because like I said, it is really sweet, but that is the kind of smell that I go for. I'm just absolutely in love with it. This is the smaller one. They do a big one as well, and I think when I run out of this, I'm going to invest in the big one just because I wear it so often. But this one's really handy to carry around in your like handbag. I think this has been my standout favourite fragrance of 2015. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and are inspired maybe to try some new products in 2016 that you hadn't tried as well. I hope you guys found it interesting, the kind of products that I've been loving over the year, and I can't wait to see what kind of new products I'm gonna fall in love with over 2016. Sorry that this didn't go up yesterday instead of today. Yesterday I just ran out of time. The day just went for me, so I hope you guys don't mind. I've been trying to stick to the schedule as much as I can, so I expect a video on Thursday, but until then, I will see you soon. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave your 2015 favourites in the comments below and future video requests that you want to see as well. But until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye guys!